Boys in the Berg, hosted by Chris, JJ, and Andrew Speranza. Welcome to Boys in the Berg, the podcast hosted by three gentlemen who are going to be painters today. Because we're talking about PPG Paints Arena.
I thought that's what you were saying, but I needed a couple seconds to pick up on that. I listen.
That was so witty.
Yes, Andy Speranza is here.
Hello. This is Andy.
And JJ Speranza is here as well.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, and we are all painters today. Am I right?
We don't paint houses.
I forgot my paintbrushes, but okay.
No, okay. So we did we did our last week's episode on Kennywood Park, and it sounded like it went over very well.
It did. We got a lot of positive feedback there, and I got a lot of people actually calling and texting me, saying how much they liked the episode. So for all those people who gave me nice compliments, thank you very much. You know who you are, and really looking forward to this episode here.
Yeah, everyone loved me.
So I guess we have to talk about what our topic is, since I just said really bad jokes. Anyways, to start it off. But we were talking about game day traditions of going to Pittsburgh Penguin games at the PPG Paints Arena, Console Energy Center, and the Mellon Arena parking lot.
Oh, man. Good memories. Lots of good memories.
Yeah, but first of all, let me go back for 1 second. Do you remember when they wanted to have Mellon Arena just like be a museum?
What?
Did they really? You know what? Hold on. I remember whenever they wanted to make Mellon Arena like a shopping mall. Like they wanted to keep the actual building that looked like the Igloo, but inside they were going to take out like the seats and all that stuff, and they were going to make it into like a shopping mall sort of deal.
Okay, so it was that. I thought they were going to like make it into a museum. They're like, we're going to keep this giant eyesore just right next to the nicer arena.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that wasn't a thing. I like it definitely could have been a museum too. I heard it was going to be a shopping mall, but could have been a museum too.
Are you old enough, or do you have any memories of going to games at the old arena?
I remember going for like Cub Scouts when like you got a free like really shitty Mario Lemieux jersey sponsored by like PNC or something. But I also specifically remember going to WWE events there.
Yes, I remember looking at Dad and saying, "Oh, thank goodness we're gonna have like people here aren't going to be rednecks because it's WWE." And he's like, "What?"
You know what? I remember going there when it was Mellon Arena, but I don't remember going there when it was Civic Arena. I don't know when they changed names there, but I mean, I do remember going to a couple Penguin games with my dad, and those were pretty much the only memories I had of Mellon Arena itself. And the only other memory I had was, did you guys ever park up at the very top of the parking lot and have to walk down those like 10 different flights of stairs?
Yes, I was thinking about that before we started this.
Yeah, that's the other memory I have. I felt like I was winded by the time we either went down the stairs or came up them, but that was the other memory I had.
Nice. I know we always talk, it seems like it's only been 2 episodes, but we always talk about memories, and I'm just like game day, but it also goes down to memories as well. Like I'm going to take JJ to a throwback on this one. So this kind of goes with like game day tradition, I guess. But when they used to have the big screen outside, but
so much fun.
Mellon Arena was still up, and Console Energy Center was being built at that time. So if you remember, JJ, we were sitting there watching the game, and then we went around the new building and we got Chinese food.
I do remember that.
What was the place called?
Oh my gosh. You know what? Talk about it for a second. I'm going to go on to Google Maps and find it because I know exactly what you're talking about because it's still there today.
I remember because also we were like 16, 17 years old and we were being bad. We were We were smoking cigars like bad boys.
Oh, that's right. We were so bad. We weren't painters quite yet.
No, we weren't painters. We
You
were
painty,
bad.
yeah.
We went to Choice gas station and got the cheapest thing we could find.
Freaking export PA.
But yeah, I remember smoking cigars and being bad.
Yeah, I felt like a bad boy. China Walk.
China Walk.
Yep.
Okay. Shout out to China Walk. Sponsor us.
You please.
We're getting
sponsor our
Kennywood to
podcast.
sponsor us. We're getting China Walk to sponsor us. We're gonna be living large, boys.
Have you ever wanted to have Chinese at Kennywood?
Well, too bad.
So I'm going to go ahead and back it up. I know we kind of went into it, but I want to talk about probably one of the most important things about going to a sports game. We could talk about this when we talk about game day tradition Steelers, game day tradition Pirates, but we're talking about game day tradition Penguins. And this is always the most important thing about going to a game: parking.
Here we go.
yes.
Here we go. JJ,
Parking.
have you ever heard Chris's big thing about where he likes to park whenever he goes to a Penguins game?
Yeah. Where do you think I park?
Oh no!
Yeah!
you're one of them.
I am one of them.
So
All right, Chris, go ahead. Tell
You're
your
not
story.
You're not a real one unless you know about this.
Oh,
Yes.
believe me, I know about this because he made me park there a bunch of times.
Oh no! What a tragedy! The best parking spot in the city. Oh no!
It
You
is
guys
not
are
the best
building-
parking spot in the city, and I'll tell you why. But Chris, go ahead.
You guys are building the anticipation.
Yeah, you are.
So, if someone can help me with road directions, so it lays PPG Paints Arena lays on like Fifth Avenue, right?
Right.
Sure.
All right. So right off of Fifth Avenue, a couple blocks down, there's a street called Pride Street, and
Now this is up. This is up Fifth Avenue. This is like, so if you have, your Fifth Avenue is like a one-way street going down like towards Pittsburgh, like downtown Pittsburgh. Pride Street is going to be like up the opposite way.
Yeah.
And then up a
So
couple
if
of
you're
intersections.
if you're driving from like Monroeville, you get off at Boulevard of the Allies. Here's how I remember it. You get off at Boulevard of the Allies. You turn where an arrow says emergency, and because there's a hospital there. And that's how I always remembered it. And I turn down there, then I turn on to Fifth Avenue, and then the next light is Pride Street. And then you turn right up that light, and it's always a $20 bill. That's all you really need, unless it's the playoffs. Then you might need more. And then there's like Hangman Joe or something, just like chilling there, just like $20. And that's always my go-to parking spot. Which JJ, do you have any memories of like parking there? Like, do you remember seeing Hangman Joe? Or I don't know if that's his name.
I'm sure I remember plenty of times parking there where I tried to make like a stupid dad joke, and he was just like, "Yeah, okay, whatever. Go park your damn car." Like, okay.
Oh, no. So here's one of the important things about parking in that parking lot, because typically, like, a lot of people will try and go back out onto Pride Street, but the secret is you go out that back way, which is at the back of the parking lot, and then you end up
I love the back
driving.
door.
Yeah, you end up driving through like a neighborhood
really
of
sketchy neighborhood.
No, it's not sketchy. It's
It
townhomes.
is? Oh, okay. The townhomes. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you keep driving up that way, and then you turn back onto like the main road. I don't know what it's called, but then like you're like right there to get back onto the parkway. It's my opinion. That's why I think Pride Street is one of the best parking spots for Penguin games, WWE things, or whatever.
Or countless other things that happen down there.
Nope, just Penguin games and WWE. That's all that really matters.
Oh my gosh.
See,
But I
that
know-
used to be my favorite place to park. Okay, but have you guys ever parked at the Duquesne parking garage?
I only know Pride Street. Go fuck yourself. Where's that at? I don't know where that is.
Well, before Andy goes, I just have to say Andy is the master at finding parking spots in like Pittsburgh for Penguin games, because you've taken me on like the what's it called, the T rail or whatever.
That was the other thing I was going to talk about. Listen, this entire episode, penguins, parking, stuff to do before and after. This is my bread and butter here. Okay. Yes, everything about parking in Pittsburgh.
he cut out. It sounds like he said bread and balls.
And
yeah, he cut out on butt. You wouldn't say bread and butter and said.
Sorry, I meant to say that was my.
Look at this.
Yes, bread and butter.
Andy's so excited. This is Andy's like favorite topic right here, and his Wi-Fi sucks, so he can't even get it all out.
But Andy,
man, am I really this choppy?
We'll let you talk, even if you are like choppy or lagging a little bit. So we'll listen to you. Go ahead and talk about your parking spots.
Damn it, that sucks that this is so choppy. Okay, well, regardless, yeah, I would park at the Duquesne parking garage. It's the same amount for Pride Streets, $20. You get pretty close exit to the parkway right after that. But then there is I don't know the name of the garage, but it's the garage right next to the Pittsburgh jail. And it's $6 even on a game night. And what you do there is it takes you from the T station there takes you from the jail, and you can ride it all the way to under BNY Mellon, the main building, BNY Mellon, and that sort of leads you right out from where the Marriott is next to PPG Paints. So you're pretty much parking and you're getting into the arena for $6. So that's one of my favorite places. The only thing about that is you need to have time in order to park there, because it is a little bit of a hike. But I mean, $6, you can't beat that.
Yeah, and you live in North Versailles, and like every time we would go to a Penguins game, like it would be like 6:45, and the game starts at like 7, and you're like, okay, let's go. I'm like, what?
You know what? If I can speak to a little bit more to that, okay, it's either. For me, when it comes to a Penguins game, it's either I'm really on time. No, let me rephrase that. I'm really early, or I am just cutting it very close. Like you said, we usually leave the house at like 6:45 sometimes, but there are times when we'll leave at 5:30 because you want to get down there, you want to find a good spot, you want to find the time to actually be able to sit next to the boards and the glass and watch the players come out on the ice for practice and warm-ups. Yeah, there's no in between. It's either really early or you're cutting it really, really late.
I don't think we've ever missed a puck drop, though.
We have not. We have at least been there whenever they were first starting. But no, we've never actually like missed any majority of the games. We've always been there on time.
I have a little tradition for you too. That is something that East Pittsburgh boys and girls can't seem to get on board with, because we live so close to the city up here in the north. Uber. We just Uber to games now, or when we go to the city.
Well, you live close. Like, I'm not going to get an Uber from Irwin, Pennsylvania to sit in traffic.
That's not. I'm just saying, like, you get a lot less stress whenever you're just like, all right, Uber, take me down there. Thank you.
How close do you live to the city?
We're about 20 minutes away.
Well, yeah. Well, do you hit a lot of traffic? What road do you take to get to Pittsburgh?
We take Route 8 and then get on 28, and then we're in Pittsburgh. It's like 2 turns. It's so nice.
I take a road and then another road and then another road, and then I'm there.
That was very descriptive. Thank you. I stand outside and go, hey, and a big eagle comes down. Like in Lord of the Rings.
An eagle comes down and I say, take me to the Penguins game. And it flies me down there.
And it's Mario Lemieux's face, and he goes, yes.
So maybe you could get a legit penguin to fly you down there.
Penguins don't fly.
I'm going to get Iceberg to take me down there.
Yes, Iceberg will take us down there. When it's snowy on the roads, he's just going to slide down on his belly, and we're just going to ride his back.
Yay!
But here's another weird thing. When you park on Pride Street, you have 2 options of how to enter the arena. The first entrance, this is like the stuff no one talks about. The first entrance is the American Eagle entrance, which is right off 5th Avenue. Or there's the Verizon entrance that's at like the complete opposite side of the arena. So I think the Verizon entrance has that hotel that's right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cambria Suites.
Yeah. First of all, anybody who waits in line to use the bathroom at the arena, don't do that anymore after the game.
You're an
Just
idiot.
go right out and go right to that hotel and use the bathroom there. And you get pretty cheap beer there. So like they always have like deals going on.
Let's talk about okay, not to get too far into, because I know you want to talk about the other entrance real quick. Where is that like the best place to grab a beer down there before a game or after a game?
It depends, because you can either go to like the hotel or you could go to the really non-serviceable TGI Fridays that's inside the building.
That every one of their mothers is like, let's just go eat there before the game.
Wait, no, I lied. They actually, on nice days, they have people outside like handing the beers out, but it's not like a beer special. It's still like $10 for a pint.
Oh, damn.
You know what? No, I got a better place for you guys. Next time you're going down there for a Penguins game or a concert, you know, whatever sort of thing that's taking place at PBG Paints, have you guys ever heard of Milano's?
Pizza Milano's.
Milano's.
What are they? Some crazy thing happened there, but go ahead, talk.
What do you mean?
Go ahead, keep talking about it.
Dude, we
All I
love
was gonna-
Milano's.
Yeah, all I was gonna say is that's the place to get, like, you know, cheap beer, very, very good pizza. They have amazing pepperoni rolls. They even have some sort of like college special where you're say like you're in college or whatever. They give you like, I think it's like a large pizza and 2 orders of pepperoni rolls for like 10, 11, $12. Like nothing
What?
nothing too expensive at all. Yeah. You didn't hear that from me though. But
Dang.
yeah, it's that's the place where I would go. We used to go to TGI Fridays a lot to get that beer that you were talking about, Chris, like that, you know, the unserviceable beer. But Milano's, that's the place to go. That's the place to go now.
Okay, former manager, so that's good. Former Pizza Milano manager found not guilty of assaulting women inside restaurant.
Okay, I didn't know that.
This happened in like 2018, so it was a long time ago. And luckily, this trashy person is no longer the manager. So,
I
Don't
guess
condone that behavior. I just like the pizza.
we could throw a little bit of a like message out there and say you're probably not going to get like the happiest people on earth when you walk in there. They're pretty much overworked, and whenever it's a Penguin game, they're like, "What do you want?" Okay, I want this. Okay, good. Sit down.
well, especially now, they're probably overworked and understaffed.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, JJ, here's another question about like eating somewhere. Do you remember before we went to a WWE event, we like went to this pizza place that was like in a parking garage?
Yep.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's under the Marriott.
That place was fire. It was so good.
They had like a first and second floor, right?
I don't think it's the same place, buddy.
Maybe.
Never mind.
What? Wait a minute. Did it look like a New York subway, or
Yes.
did it like?
Yeah.
I
And
think
it
you were talking about the same place.
was it on Fifth Avenue?
Yeah, it was on Fifth Avenue. It was
Yeah,
like
we're
past
talking-
your.
It's called Pizza Bosa.
Sure.
It's Pizza Bosa. That's what it's called. I looked it up.
It
I
was
think we're talking
past
about the same place.
It was past the arena going towards the city.
I don't
Yeah.
think Andy's right.
On the right. Like if you leave, shut up, JJ. If you go down Fifth Avenue, it's on the right.
Yeah. Okay. So
No, I think it's on the left.
We're done. This episode's over.
Oh my god. That's when
And-
we met your buddy down there. Whatever his name was.
Revis.
Revis, yes.
Yeah. Revis. Shout out to Revis, first of all. And also, where is the place that Mark Madden goes to all the time?
Oh, that's a strip joint.
We're not talking about cheerleaders.
These strippers are pretty. Thanks, Mark Madden, for being Mark Madden. Boy, howdy, they are cute.
I think I do a good Mark Madden voice. Like, not the voice, but like just the how he is. Like, I feel, if he's like doing an advertisement for like White Rhino or something, He's just like, the beer is the best. The women are hot. That's all you gotta know.
Oh, Mark.
And you gotta include the long pauses in between, just like someone's on the phone with him, just like, yeah, I think they should trade Sidney Crosby. Goodbye. And then there's the long pause. And he's like, well, what kind of idiot? What? I don't know who would say that.
You know what? Let me ask you guys this: what is the beer place, or not beer place? What is the bar that it's only at Penguin Games I ever see this place lit up? It's called like the End Zone, or like it's all blue and it's always looks really pretty, and like it's right across from the the other entrance on Fifth.
Stage 8, you, me, and Trevor went there.
I've never been there, man.
Or I went there with Trevor. Oh no. Trevor, his girlfriend at the time, Carissa, and I went there before we went to see Impractical Jokers live.
Was it was it just called Super Bowl?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but we
Maybe
got
it was.
appetizers there.
Was it good?
I mean, you get what you get.
Well, okay, let me ask. Okay, so that place, whatever. So Andy and Chris go to Penguin Games a lot together. You know, they don't like inviting me because they're dickheads, but it's okay.
Well, there's a reason why we don't invite you, JJ.
Why is
And
that?
it's a decision. It's something we came up with a long time ago.
We don't
It's
like
because
Oh, my-
it's because you're afraid of ice.
Son of a bitch.
You're scared of ice skating, and so the ice terrifies you. So that's why you don't go to Penguin Games. We're saving you.
I debunked that theory in the Great Icecapade of 2015.
Okay, just to back it up, because this started because I came to the conclusion I've never seen JJ ice skate before. So I just, rolled with something saying he's scared of ice. And that's why we don't invite you to Penguin Games. We don't want you having nightmares.
Or it's because we don't like you.
At least Andy can be honest.
And if you do call us, it's going to be like this. It's going to be like, hey, Chris, can I come to a Penguin? Goodbye. Oh, look at why. He wants to go to these Penguin Games. He's scared of the ice.
Oh my
No,
God.
he's scared of the ice.
So when you two go on your
Oh my
best friend vacations down to Penguin Games, then walk me through what you're like. You park, you go somewhere to eat, you go into the stadium. Like, what is your two? Like, what do you two do?
Well, we
Well,
start
we
off
did-
by my house, and then Chris demands that we park at Pride Street, and because I'm behind the wheel, I say we're parking where I want to park.
And Chris goes, something out of the ordinary.
I don't like change.
It could, you know what? Hold on. It could be pouring rain. It could be like hurricane weather or whatever. We could be going down to a Penguins game. This asshole over here would definitely say, "We're not parking at Pride Street." No, we're parking where there's a roof.
Where there's a roof.
I mean, there's nothing more exciting than going out the backside of that parking lot and just and watching the cars slide on the ice that's never melted there.
It could be June weather, and there's still ice there from the winter.
And first of all, there's a fire extinguisher right next to that back exit too.
Is there really? I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's a fire extinguisher back there.
Nice.
But going along with what JJ said, if there's any particular stories, the little notes I have written down is we always go to the Kings versus Penguin games.
And you know what? Ironically enough, we are recording this on January 13th. The Penguins are in LA right now playing the Kings. I love it.
Wow. And I will give the
And I'm
reason-
here.
And I'm not in LA.
You're in Pittsburgh and they're in Los Angeles. You are as far from the ice as you can be.
I think I'm safe. I mean, I'm not scared of ice.
But the reason why we always go to Pens versus Kings games, one, Andy is just a legit fan of the Kings. And two, I made up a pro wrestling character a long time ago named Dustin Brown because the first time I heard that name, I said, that is the whitest name possible. I'm going to make a heel character out of him. And I ran with it for a very long time, but not in wrestling, but just in life, just pretending to be Dustin Brown, this alter ego. And when
Where
I did get involved,
where did you get the name Dustin Brown? Where's that from?
I was watching the Stanley Cup, and the Kings won, and Dustin Brown was named the MVP.
Yeah, he was the captain of the Kings.
And his catchphrase that I made up was, "I'm Dustin Brown and I'm better than you. Yeah, buddy." So when I got into pro wrestling, which for people who don't know, I'm a independent professional wrestler as Lewis the Nerd.
It means he's very professional at falling down.
Yes, I'm professional at falling. So I went to do this character for one of the coaches, and I did the whole spiel, and I was like, "I'm Dustin Brown, and I'm better than you," and I like screamed, "Yeah, buddy!" And they said, no.
No.
They said, one, you can't be a heel. You're 140 pounds. And that character, there's like a million people that do that character already. So no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why we go to Kings games. So I could continue being Dustin Brown when I go to the Kings games.
No, but I mean, to answer your question, JJ, that's pretty much what we do. We both we meet up at my house, then we drive down together. We pick our parking spot. Chris and I argue over the fact that he wants to park at Pride Street and I don't. Then we pretty much go right into the arena, and there's really no pre-game traditions that we do, is there, Chris?
There is. I have to get a Batty Blue every time. Or to let everyone know, Labatt Blue, because it is a Canadian beer. It's a Canadian sport. I got to get Canadian. So I drink a Labatt Blue when I go. I spend the $10, $15 to get one beer to feel Canadian.
Good Lord almighty, it's expensive down there.
It is very expensive.
Oh, I will bring up one fun thing. So remember when I used to work in a store called Yinzer's in the Berg?
What's a Yinzer?
Oh my God. So I worked with someone who also worked at PPG Paints Arena, and you were there, Andy, and he was a manager of the food stand. He was just like, "Oh, at Burgatory."
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
You want a burger? Here. You want a milkshake? Here. You want 2 beers? Here.
He just gave them to you?
Yeah, he just gave them to us.
Dude, I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
I'm trying to think of his name. I'm not afraid of ice. I forget his name. Oh my God. But he hooked us up big time, and it was awesome. So like, I remember that, and I wish that was a tradition every time, but it's not.
No, Burgatory stuff is so expensive. It can't be a usual tradition.
No, I'll tell you a tradition. Every time I almost said the inning's over. Every time the period ends, you always have to go to that Penguins gift shop. That's as soon as you walk in.
Yeah, I love that place. And you know what? I'm going to tell you why I got to go there every time, because this was quite a few years ago. We'll say like 10 years ago, okay? They had a section in that store that they had previously used hockey sticks from the players. Now, do we actually want to say they were used by the players? I'd like to say so. A lot of people tell me they aren't, but whatever. I
know someone else who has good stick handling. No one remembers that Pierre Maguire quote.
No, I'm sorry.
Dang it, Pierre Maguire.
Do you want me to pity laugh for you though?
Yes, pity laugh.
Oh my God, Pierre Maguire, yeah. between
Does
the
no one else-
boards.
I don't remember
Does
that.
no one else remember Pierre Maguire?
No.
Is like they're like doing a hockey thing, and it's just he has good stick handling, and Pierre Maguire's like, I know someone else who has good stick handling, and the guy's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Oh
was
my
such
god,
a
that was like
weird guy.
2009, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was a
while
long
ago.
time ago. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off track. Go
I
ahead.
think he's the general manager of the Senators now.
Pierre Maguire?
Yeah.
Oh my
He's-
god, good for him.
He's doing something with the front office for the Senators. I don't know. I forget exactly what it is, but yeah, they had a section in this store, in the Penguin store, that they had previously used game sticks, and you could buy them for $150 or whatever. And at this time, and you know what? We're in 2022 right now. Yeah, this was around the year of 2012. This was whenever we had the backup goalie Brent Johnson on our team. He backed up Marc-Andre Fleury for a bunch of games. I loved him. For some reason, I don't know what's up with me and backup goalies, but every time we had like a good backup goalie that played like 2 good games, I loved them. Brent Johnson, Thomas Vokoun, Matt Murray when he was a backup, Tristan Jarry when he was a backup. Yeah, it was always about the backup goalie. So I remember buying a stick for Brent Johnson, and I know that like we're the only ones who can see each other right now, but right back in the corner there, you could see like something sticking out of the corner of my room. That's the Brent Johnson stick right there, and I still have it to this day.
Can I answer why you like the backup goalies?
Oh no.
Because people in Pittsburgh, no matter what team it is, only like the number 2 person. And what happens to that number 1 person, Andy? What happened to Marc-Andre Fleury and Matt Murray?
We sent them expedited shipping off to their new teams.
So yeah, you people in Pittsburgh only like the number 2 people. You like the backup goalie, Brent Johnson.
Oh my god.
Brent Johnson knocks 1 person out, and he's a star. Really?
I love it.
He was the one in the fight, right? Where he knocked out that guy.
Where he got in a goalie fight with the dude from the Islanders. The what was his name? Rick DiPietro. Rick DiPietro, the guy who got like hurt every other game, and he just came down and punched him right in the face, and Brent Johnson just knocked him out with 1 punch. But yes, he was the one in the goalie fight. I don't remember the year, 2010, 2011, 2012, something like that. Yeah, that was incredible. But yeah, I have his goalie stick. I don't know if I ever told you guys that.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you have a number 2. Well, it must have been like on sale, like a Goodwill sale. Like, oh, he's our backup goalie. No one will want to buy this shit. And there's you and every other Pittsburgher just waiting in line. Like,
and we are fighting each other for this stick.
like the marks you are. Wait a minute. Wait, who's the number 2 goalie now?
Casey DeSmith.
Do you like him?
I do not, actually. I do not like him. Yeah,
Huh.
that's a good question, because you know what? Sure, he's a great guy. I just don't like him as a goalie. Not a big fan of Casey DeSmith.
Well, that goes down the other Pittsburgh route of someone being a good guy. Because we only care about someone if they're a good guy. They don't have to win us a Super Bowl, but they're a good guy.
What constitutes a bad guy could be as simple as like, oh, he doesn't get coleslaw on his Permane Brothers sandwich. I don't like him.
Oh man, but yeah, that's also my thing about being a good guy. The second, Liza.
Hi, Eliza. He doesn't like him either, do ya?
No, she hates backup people. But the second, Chase Claypool did that thing. Everyone, when he did the first down thing during the Vikings game, that ruined them almost the whole game.
Yep.
Well, it did ruin them the whole game. Everyone was like, "Fuck Chase Claypool," and I'm like, "What? He made 1 mistake. He's a young guy. He'll learn."
Yeah.
Big Ben wasn't the best guy when he first started. Everyone wanted Ben traded. He's like got in a motorcycle accident and like, and now look at him. He's got 3 kids and he's like, we're like, it was his last game at Heinz Field and we were all crying and we forget about 10 years ago we wanted him gone.
Ben, how was your game? Oh, my contract says I need to thank God first.
No, I mean that's the same way that we treat some of these Penguin players. I mean, we wanted Fleury gone for a bunch of years, and I mean, looking back on it now, I feel bad because I kind of want him back now.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh just always wants it like how it used to be.
Oh yeah.
I know the listeners can't see this, but Andy's screen is frozen right now, and he looks like a '90s rapper who has like the terrible album cover. Oh, there it is. Now he can see his face again.
All you got to do is put the parental advisory sticker at the bottom corner, and it just looks like a rap album.
I like parking at Pride Street, 1, because of that Milano's Pizza, but 2, because the walk down, you see every walk of life, and it is so much fun to people watching that.
Oh yeah, it's on the border of like, not like am I gonna get robbed, because that like you feel that way, but like it's not gonna happen, but because there's too many people around. So like, there's a barbecue place that has like a huge barbecue pit outside that's never used. So if you guys are wondering, am I at the right parking spot? My next question would be, did you see the unused barbecue pit?
And was there ice near it?
Did your car slip? If it did, you're in the right place. The only other note I have on my side is actually, before I talk about my last note, I always know when I walk into PPG Paints Arena and I go up those escalators, not the long ones, the ones on the other side, that if you go through the main entrance, there's escalators to the right, which is where everyone floods to every single time. Right? Am I right, Andy?
Yep.
And then on the left, there's the escalators and ticket takers that nobody's at.
It's a place to go to whenever you first get there. If you want to skip the lines, you go to the left.
Yeah, so every time I go up the escalators, I always want to try that sushi place. That's right at the top.
Ooh. I always forget that's there.
I didn't even know they had a sushi place.
Yeah, that's what they were known for. When they first built the arena, they were just like hockey and sushi. And like that was like the article. And every time I go there, like I'm like, I want that sushi. And then one time I did get the sushi and I ate the first bite and I went, meh.
Oh no.
I mean, there's no such thing as bad or good sushi. It's just sushi.
Speak for yourself. I love sushi, man.
But the last note I was going to say, Andy, you seem to take a traditional photo after every game. And it's no matter who it's with. It's just you have to take a photo every time.
That's correct. I enjoy taking pictures with my friends, with my cousins, anyone I go with to these games. I don't know. It's just something I like to do, and definitely one of that's actually a really good point. That's actually something I did not think of at all, but that is one of my traditions that I do after a Penguins game. Whether we win or lose, we go up to the very top of the concourse, and with the jumbotron in the background, we take a picture of whoever I went with.
I'm not in any of those photos.
Damn right.
My favorite part is you trying to find someone to take the photo. You're just like, is that person nice? Or is that person over there? I'm gonna
because let me tell you why. Anytime I ask someone to take a picture of us, they're always like, sure. And they take the phone and they act like they don't even know how to take a picture on a phone. They're like, do I press this button here? It's like, it's an iPhone. Take the picture.
I find it the opposite. Like when I had to take a picture for someone recently, and they were like trying to explain to me, like, I've never used an iPhone before, and I'm just like doing like, oh well, there's portrait mode, and this person's like, oh, impressive.
Well, honestly, the
usually
same way.
assume-
Like, if someone asks me to like take a picture on their phone and it's an Android, I'm gonna be lost. I don't know how to do that stuff.
I usually assume they're just handing me their phone so I can have it, and I walk away.
That's a fear I have. I've always had. Like every time, I'm like, hey, can you take this picture of me and my friends? They're just gonna be like, yeah, sure. Take the phone and run.
Like, oh, thanks, bro.
They hand you the Android phone. You're just like, do you work for Verizon? Are you trying to sell this to me?
Oh man.
But let's make a promise this year, because assuming we'll have infinite money from this podcast, let's make a pact that you and I, Andy, we're gonna get JJ to a Penguins game, no matter how scary it is for him.
Joseph, we will be there to hold your hand and support you through this moment of your life to overcome your fear. Why are you bouncing up and down and your message says JJ has something to say?
I'm so happy. I'm jumping up and down.
We will get you to a Penguins game. I don't know what game. How long does the season go? I'm moving back technically March. So what how long does the season go?
Honestly, does the season ever end? Every time I turn on the TV, hockey's on, no matter what time of year it is.
And isn't it beautiful?
Except for the holidays.
I actually think hockey lasts longer than baseball.
Yeah. I don't know how long baseball lasts. Like, when does it start? When does it end?
They have a lot of games, but it's like basically like April to October.
That's kind of like what hockey is, except it's reversed. It's like October to April or May. Yeah, I would say. So you're moving back March, April, May. There will be games in April.
Okay, JJ, we'll get you to a game in April.
Okay.
We'll use Andy's old student ID and get cheaper tickets. And
I can't use it anymore. They need you to use an @edu email address for student rush tickets, and I don't have access to my school email address.
I am a CCAC student.
JJ,
we can still get student tickets.
Yeah, now who has the power? Yeah.
It's like you get.
I'm just gonna go to myself, take selfies the whole time. Be like, wish you were here. Not.
Who's scared of the ice now?
Yeah, I'm like on the ice with the guys, like running around.
So how much are student tickets? Because they're like $30, right?
Something like that, 30, 40.
What?
Yeah.
Well, is that expensive?
No, that's great.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like the only thing let me get my words together. I feel like
and the chicken nuggets.
I feel like pirate games are always cheap, and I feel like Penguin games and Steeler games are always expensive.
Yeah, because the Pirates suck.
And they have too many games.
Yeah.
Like, you can only go to so many games and, like, be entertained. But
you're not wrong. That's true. Like, do you guys enjoy baseball?
No. I really don't.
It's one of those sports that I really couldn't get into. I really couldn't. I had, obviously, you guys know me real well. I'm a hockey fan, really big hockey fan. Steelers and football, like, it's got, like, fantasy football has gotten me into football a little bit more, but, like, there was nothing really about baseball that I was able to get into about it. I'll go in the summer with friends and with cousins and stuff like that, just to, get outside and, have a beer and some nachos and stuff like that. But I can't really get into baseball or the Pirates at all. I just can't.
I know we could talk about this game day tradition later for the Pirates, but was it you and I, Andy, that we snuck into like a corporate event and we ended up like eating all their food?
No, that was, first of all, we didn't sneak in.
What?
No, my mom's friend worked at a company downtown. They had like a Pirates, day or whatever at the stadium. I guess they had some sort of like private box seat or whatever. My mom's friend couldn't go, and she asked my mom if I wanted to go, if I had anyone else that wanted to go with me. So that's whenever we grabbed her tickets and we went ourselves. So we were allowed there, but people were probably there looking at us like, "What team are you guys on? Where do you guys work? Are you guys in accounting?"
As I have like 4 hot dogs in my mouth, just like
Hold my foam finger.
I remember that. That was a lot of fun.
We're gonna have plenty of stories for the Pirates because we go down there a lot too.
yeah, but we don't really watch the games. Like I think I just went there because the tickets were $6 and I was just like, oh, I'm just here to hang out with friends and catch up. Like
I saw a tweet somewhere that said you want to. Okay, so when you're going to a Pirates game, you want to park at the casino, so it's free parking, and then go to the Pirates game. Take out your phone, go on FanDuel or DraftKings or something like that. Put $100 down on the team that is playing against the Pirates, and you are literally getting paid to go to a Pirates game.
that's awesome. What technically, if we could go back to the Penguins, can you technically park at the casino and take the T-rail all the way to like near
Oh yeah,
PPG Paints?
absolutely. Yeah. Well, I hear people do that all the time. They park at the casino and they take the T over to the same station that's under BNY Mellon. And yeah, you could do the same thing there. It's a little bit more of a hike, but I mean, if that's something that you prefer, yeah, do it.
I'm sorry. I do have a Penguin
It's okay.
story.
We forgive you.
Once we wrap up, oh my god. Once you guys wrap that up, I do have a really cool story to tell you guys.
No, I think we're about winding it down
Well, I
right
mean,
now.
because you have this big announcement, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. I was hoping you guys wouldn't keep talking. So I looked it up real quick to make sure I got the date right. March 3rd, 2020, Katie and I went to the Penguins and Senators game, and we watched the Penguins beat the Senators 7-3. And
Jesus.
one of the people there turned around and said, "You guys got to come to every game now." And we were like, "Shoot, okay." 2 weeks later, the whole country, the whole world went underground.
March 11th, 2020 is synonymous with sports right now, just because that was like the day like the NBA was like, we're shutting it down.
Yep. So we'll warn you guys whenever I go to this next Penguin game, because who the hell knows what's going to happen next.
There's going to be another variant that comes out.
Oh my gosh.
Omicron might present itself as a monster.
Oh,
all right. So I guess I'll do this one last story that I have. Basically, the hat I'm wearing right now is the hat where there was a hat trick, and I threw my hat and I refound it.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah. So the game was a hat trick, and Andy and I, we were like in the upper level. So we were pretty high up, and I was like, here it goes. And the hat trick happened. And I went to throw my hat, and hats don't like soar or float. So I like throw out my shoulder and I throw it, and it just dips right into like the lower bowl.
Yeah, when you go to a hat trick and you see, for all the hockey, the non-hockey people, hat trick is whenever a player scores 3 goals in a game, everyone takes their hats off, throws them on the ice. When you see a hat trick, whether it's on TV or video or if it's in person, you think that you have the strength of like Superman. Like you can make that hat fly from the very back row of the entire arena, and that's just not something that happens. It goes down like 10 rows and that's it.
So after I throw my hat, I'm sorry, we'll get back to you in a second, JJ, but like after I throw my hat, the game ends, and I'm just like, I bet I can find it. So I go down and I find my hat, a little wet, but I find my hat, and I like took it back home. I was like, okay, cool.
Chris, did I ever tell you that the same thing happened to me? That I went with a couple buddies from college, and there was a hat trick, and we were sitting in the very last row, up on the upper bowl, and I threw my hat and I watched it go down all the way, and it landed in the first row, and they couldn't get it. Like people kept picking it up and trying to throw it over the net and over the glass, and it wouldn't Like the net is like super, super high, but they couldn't get it over. So it just landed right in front of the front row seats there, and it stayed there till the end of the game. We ran down there and got it.
All right, you were just like, I regret my decision, and they're just trying to throw it over, and you're just like, stop it, no.
You're giving me anxiety.
But JJ, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna ask, what do you have to do to get the squid thrown? What is that? Like just a team?
That's Detroit.
That's
Oh,
Detroit.
okay.
Detroit is the squid, and then the catfish is Nashville.
The catfish?
Yeah, the catfish. They do the same thing that you're talking about with the squid in Detroit. They do the same with the catfish in Nashville.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah, they just, you're going through security, and it's just like, all right, okay, you have a squid, that's fine, just keep going. Yeah, that's fine. Is it alive? Oh, it's dead. Perfect. All right, just keep bringing the dead squid. And
oh wait, they're like legit like animals.
Oh yeah, they might be dead, but they're legit squids and legit catfish.
What is up with you hockey fans? Holy crap! Oh my god, man,
we're a rowdy bunch of people.
I mean, it's just ceviche at that point.
I mean, I guess if you could sneak in like a squid or a catfish, I guess you could squeeze in like anything. Like for us, we just throw like a legit dead penguin on the ice. It's like, oh, there's Andy again, just throwing his dead penguin on the ice.
Andy unzips his shirt, his dog's in his pocket. Like, what are we doing here, Dad?
Do you want to be on the ice too?
Speaking of my dog, do you guys know that I named her after Sidney Crosby?
That's right. I forgot about that.
My dog's name is Sydney, and we named her after Sidney Crosby.
I'm surprised that you didn't name your dog after the lead singer of Rascal Flatts, but it's okay.
Hey. Don't you talk shit on Rascal Flatts.
I will stop right now.
Andy, the biggest Rascal Flatts fan I know, was so excited when Station Square was going to open a Rascal Flatts bar, and not even the pandemic affected it. They just closed it because they said it was shitty.
No. They never opened it, and the rumor is, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but the reason that they never opened this restaurant is because something had to do with the mafia. They shut it down, and I know that sounds funny. I know it sounds crazy. I'll find the article and I'll send it to you guys. But apparently, there was a Toby Keith bar that the same thing happened, and then they transitioned over to the Rascal Flatts restaurant. They something had to do with the mafia. I really don't know all the details or whatever, but they got involved with the mafia or whatever, and they couldn't open this restaurant. I know it sounds crazy.
I've always heard, like, if you play Life is a Highway backwards, it's just them saying, give me my fucking money.
Oh,
that is so. I wonder if there's like a country singer thing with them. That's so weird. Oh,
I'll have to find the article. It's really, when I first read that, I was very, very taken back. It was weird.
All right, raised to believe it's always the mafia's fault.
All right, we'll wind it down right here. But this was an awesome episode about.
Hey, you know what? Before we go, I don't mean to cut you off there. I don't mean to cut you off.
Shut up, Chris. We're not done yet.
I have to state my favorite. This came to me a couple minutes ago. I have to state my favorite Penguins memory. Shut up. My favorite Penguins memory. Chris, you and me, Game 6. Down at PPG Paints Arena while the Penguins were in Nashville. They had the Jumbotron open for all the fans to come in and watch the game while they were in Nashville. We were there in attendance in 2017 to watch the Penguins beat the Predators in the Stanley Cup Finals. And that was probably the best experience I've ever had at a Penguins game. That was the loudest and rowdiest I've ever seen PPG Paints ever. And we've been going to games for so long. That's the craziest I've ever seen that place.
It was the craziest and the loudest it's ever been. And there were no players on the ice because the game was in Nashville. So we were just watching it on this screen. It's like going to your favorite sports bar and just like, it's yeah, it was just a weird but awesome experience. And the disrespectful Penguin fans throwing shit on the ice after they got the open netter. And yeah, and then the announcer just goes on, and the announcer just like, respect the house.
Yeah,
So,
I kind of
I
wish
do remember
they wouldn't have done that, but yeah, that's what I had to say real quick. That was probably my favorite moment ever because we had witnessed the greatest achievement in all of history of NHL history, of all of Penguins history, and what a way to experience it. That was so cool.
I thought you were going to talk about the time we went to the big screen outside and it was raining and we shared an umbrella.
Oh,
that was so romantic.
How cool!
No,
Did you hold his stick?
I know someone who has good stick handling.
I got it on sale.
Is it okay if I wind it down now?
Yes, I am all good. I have gotten everything out of my system.
I may have another I'm kidding.
All right. Well, I have to think of something to say to like whenever we're done. How about all right, it's time to get at.
Time to get out of here.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we can start this podcast and end it with a horrible joke. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Time to head downtown.
Oh, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's head downtown and talk about where to find us. Something like that.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I don't know. It's a work in progress. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here and let's go downtown and tell everyone how to find us. They can find us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Boys in the Berg. And you can listen to us on most not streaming platforms, on most podcast platforms now. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And JJ, I'll let you go ahead and say it. Go ahead and sign us off.
Always a pleasure, never business.
Bye.